Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Coach's Corner East. It's at the Pizza Hut in Galion, as we are each and every Wednesday night on Iconic Rock WQEL in Bucyrus. I'm your host, Mike Sparks, and we are finally on football season. And I'm so pleased about that. It's certainly a sport that we cover extensively, both on WQEL and WBCO. And we will be talking with Galion, Colonel Crawford, and Crestline tonight. It's all football, and so glad that you could join us. Show is brought to you in part by Lee Plimo and Brad Seibert at the Plimo Insurance Group. Galion and Bucyrus, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, North Walnut Street, across from the courthouse in Bucyrus. Phil and Sue Schreck, at Phil's Deli, just east of the Pizza Hut at the bridge here in Galion. And John Rolls at John's Auto Repair Specialist, 800 Scott Street in Crestline, Ohio. As I mentioned a little later on, new head football coach at Galion High School, Michael Winland, and some of his players will be here. Also kind of new, certainly new head coach at Colonel Crawford in Jake Bruner, and some of his players getting ready and looking forward to another successful season. But we start as always with the Galion football team, and it's Matt Dick, and welcome back. I'm certainly glad to have you. I'm sure that you're glad that football season is here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ready for week one.
Last year, 4-7 overall, 2-4 in the MOAC. You win 3 of your first 4 games, and then things kind of slid a little bit. And I was listening to your comments a couple weeks ago at Ralphie's when Davy Jones was over there for the special edition foam board, and you made the comment, we need to learn how to finish games. And I think that was part of the problem last year. You'd get some nice starts, there were some bright moments, just couldn't finish. Is that something that you and your coaching staff have really emphasized this year and as practices have begun?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting tougher in every way, shape, or form is something that's been a focus all year. We've had some really, really tough conditioning throughout the summer, throughout this week. We have pushed the guys, and then after we have pushed them, we asked them to memorize plays and be focused, and it's been tough, and they've responded, and we're hoping that come the fourth quarter, we're going to be a different Tiger team this year.
Yeah, very good. You do get into the playoffs. You lose to a very talented Clyde team up at Clyde, 56-7 in the first round. As you close the books on last season, what did you kind of tell the kids? Be prepared, because this is going to be a different Tiger season going into 22.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you have that many sophomores and that many guys that play both ways, as young guys that are back for probably 2 more seasons, you're excited as a head coach, but we still got to put it together. I feel like, the early 2 days, you always wish you had 1 more week to get ready for week 1, and McComb is a very good football team, and if we want to be a very good football team, we got to beat them.
It's probably a little bit of a blessing and a curse to have such young players playing at the varsity level. A curse because they're thrown into the mix and maybe not prepared mentally or physically, but it's a blessing, as you mentioned, because they get great hands-on experience and you get them for a couple more years after.
Yeah, it definitely could be a plus and a minus. I think, every year you're trying to create the best team possible, and if that means a freshman or sophomore has to be out there, we're going to put them out there. And if we could just play juniors and seniors, that's the best case scenario, and keep all those freshmen just on freshmen. We'd love to do that. But Galion is a city that has some really exceptionally young kids, and we always seem to have 1 or 2 that fight out, seniors and juniors to play. And this year's no different. We got a couple young guys that might get on the field. Who knows?
Well, to me, it's a testament. You look around the table here, you have 4 juniors, all captains, plus you have a senior captain that's not able to be here. So they've already earned that leadership. And as I read, it's one of the most talented junior classes around in this area.
Yeah, it's an exciting junior class, exciting senior class, but these guys sitting around the table, Holden Hunter, he lost 70 pounds in the offseason by putting into work in his diet and how he lifts. Logan Shifley caught balls all winter long, weight room junkie. Carson Frankhouse is lifting, late at night after basketball and baseball games, and Landon Campbell is, plays 6th in wrestling, 215? 190. So, and then Landon Kurtzman, who couldn't be here, had a family issue. He's one of the toughest, hardest working kids we have. His true character is shown when we're doing things like pursuit drill. And he gets in a perfect stance on every rep, a perfect stance. That focus, that razor sharp intensity that he has, he really takes this group that's here, these juniors, and he has that senior component that makes us pretty special. And hopefully on Fridays we can put it together, because we're close. We see it in practice, and we just got to take that next step.
Very good. One of the most important positions in football, of course, is the quarterback, and you returned both the guys that was kind of a two-headed snake last year, so to speak. Cooper Kent, 810 yards, 1 touchdown. Braxton Prosser, 187 yards. And Would I be right in saying you're going to deploy whoever has the hot hand or who you're going to go with this year?
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to compete all year long, and if one of them takes a step back, the other one will sprint forward. They're two great kids, high character kids. They're learning how to be leaders. That's a huge important role at quarterback. They're both still growing in that category, but they both can sling it. Braxton's a pretty special athlete running the ball, but he also can play receiver, and sometimes they're in together. It's fun to watch, and it hasn't clicked just yet, but I'm excited to see Friday.
Running back, Gabe Ivey back. He's expecting to carry the ball quite a bit, 512 yards, 4 touchdowns on 79 carries. You got to like the fact that he has experience, and he got better throughout the year as well, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he rattled off, like, let's say 500-yard games at the end of the season. We moved him to running back. He found his home there. We expect big things out of him, and he's been dinged up a little bit early on preseason, but we're hoping to see a good Friday night.
Your wide receiver core, Logan Scheifele, who's here tonight, Elijah Chafin, Lincoln Tyrell, C.J. Ganshorn, Cohen Fusion, and Landon Campbell, who had 19 receptions, 183 yards, 3 TDs, and Hunter Miniard at tight end. What do you like about that group?
Yeah, I think Lincoln Tyrell is a big, tall kid that's super athletic. He played defense for us last year as a sophomore, so now he's a junior. We're asking him to be more of a two-way guy. C.J. Ganshorn is a very, very quick little kid who is a smart football player. Landon Campbell at tight end, I mean, he's fun coach. He's just fun to coach. He's like a toy. You can do all types of things with him, whether it be screens, pop passes, blocking. He's just a big, nasty kid with great skill. Hunter Miniard can rest him. Cohen Fusion is a good spot player. And Elijah Chafin, a transfer kid, can be pretty special. Right? Yeah, from Mount Gilead. He can be pretty special, especially over the middle.
Good. Defensively, 4-3 still going to be your base defense, and that's the plan. Landon Kurtzman, 73 tackles, 16 for loss, 12 sacks last year. Cooper McCabe is back. Justin Lester, Holden Hunter on the line, and strong linebackers in secondary. What do you like most about your defense this year?
Well, they're high character kids. They hustle, they run hard, they give you great effort. We're still working on little details. I mean, those things about hand position, eye position, all those things. It's still week 1. I mean, that's all there is to it. And we're not where we want to be, but we took a huge step today. We're gonna have that perfect walk through tomorrow, and we play great defense. We've been doing that for a long time, and I can't wait to see offense and defense click in the same night.
What do you feel that your strengths of this team are offensively, defensively, and special teams this year?
Offensively, I would have said run the ball, and I think we've done a good job of running the ball, but I really think that we can be balanced. I think both quarterbacks can sling it. I think we have lots of receivers that can catch it, but we got to execute on all those phases, whether it be draws, screens, trick plays. All that stuff's got to be executed cleanly, but there's been some real bright spots in practice. We've seen it, and hopefully that balance will be the key. Defensively, I just think we got 11 dudes that want to hit people, and they're going to hustle, and their hair's going to be on fire, and they're going to play defense the right way, and it is fun to watch.
And special teams, you got Jack Hart back to do some kicking?
Yeah, absolutely. Landon Campbell, who was an all-state punter last year, he's back. So our kicking looks pretty great. And Coach Ulmer does a nice job of preparing those special team guys and the schemes we run. It's looked good.
Now, speaking of your coaching staff, because that is one of the consistent things that kids look for, that same coaching staff over and over. Other than, I think Mike Marshall left, are you pretty full in the same squad that was with you last year?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Scribner's taking on a little bit bigger role, helping call the offense a little bit. And we got Caleb Ivey, and even Harrison Ivey came back for a little bit this year to help out when Caleb couldn't be there. So we got some young guys mixing back in. It's fun to coach with guys that I coached.
Yeah.
That's really, really awesome. I didn't realize what a great experience that would be, but it's been fun, and those guys have been around, and that's really cool.
How'd your scrimmages go on the 6th? You had Lexington up at your place, and then last week Tiffin Columbia.
I thought defensively versus Lex, I thought we played great. Offensively, it just wouldn't click. It'd be hot and cold, hot and cold. Sometimes we'd run the same play 2 times in a row, and the first play would go for 20, and the next play someone would do something opposite. Kind of blew my mind on some of those mistakes we made. At Tiffin, I think their speed, they got some special kids up there, and we just weren't ready. I think defensively got a little nervous when our linemen were up on the ball. That just made our defense get nervous. And offensively, just way too many missed assignments. But the film, I mean, these kids that we got, our senior, junior class, any of the guys playing varsity are such high quality character kids. They own it. they take the coaching. We have not been nice this week. We're not going to ever be nice to them. It is going to be hard, and we're going to make a special team. And I believe that, and my coaching staff believes that, and these kids around the table believe that.
Very good. Take a break here. We'll talk to young men, the captains around the table. Show is brought to you in part by Steve Kurtzman and Associates at Innovative Recycling, 352 South Street in Galion. Coach Tim Plumley at Mohican Sports Medicine in Bucyrus. John Cross at Cross Custom Floor. Carpet and Custom Floors, 302 North Seltzer Street, downtown Crestline. First up, again, all juniors tonight, all captains with one senior captain missing. Landon Campbell's up first, and welcome back. It's good to see you again. Successful wrestling season. And you did track too, is that correct or not? You did not.
Baseball.
You're a baseball player. How did that go? Pretty well?
Yeah, it went pretty well.
All right, very good. And now you're back. Is this your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Football, your favorite sport? And I got to believe all of you, but certainly you're not going to see the sideline very much, are you?
Probably not. As long as I work hard.
Yeah, because you're a tight end or a wide out on offense?
Tight end.
Tight end. And defensively?
I mix between defensive end and linebacker.
Do you prefer one over the other?
Whatever the team needs.
Okay. What have you liked so far in not only the scrimmages, but the workouts, the two-a-days and things like that, how this team has really started to come together?
I just like how close we've gotten, really, and how much everyone's improved and started working harder, and how we've been getting on everyone, and just bonding as a team.
Last year, we talked about not being able to finish some games, and I did hear that the coaching staff made sure you guys were in condition. A lot of running. How's that? How are you guys taking to that?
It's hard, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Got to put the time in, the effort in, right? For sure. Well, good luck this year. I'm sure we'll probably talk somewhere down the road. Enjoy Friday night.
Sounds good.
You bet. Next up, Carson Frankhouse, and position that you're playing on the team?
Defense, I'm going to be linebacker, and then offense, like a king back.
Okay. So what do you do on the offense? What's that position on?
Really, I just go out there and hit people.
Okay. So you want to be a hitter?
Yeah.
Okay. So from a linebacker standpoint, Mike, Will, or Sam?
Most of the time, Mike, but just depending on week-to-week basis, I could move to Sam.
Okay.
Just depends what team we're playing and how we scout them.
All right. So as the middle linebacker or the Mike linebacker, you're in the middle of everything, and you probably like that a lot because you got guys coming at all angles, right?
Yeah, I do like that.
What's your biggest, from a defensive standpoint, what's your biggest assignment, depending on what the offense is doing from their position standpoint? What are you supposed to do?
This week's probably more stopping the run. Definitely stopping the run because they get into some power-heavy run sets, and if you're soft, you're going to get put on your back. So you got to be ready and go out there and hit it.
Yeah, you don't want to be looking at lights all night, for sure. All right, well, good luck to you. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have Logan Shifley and wide out, right?
Yeah.
And defensively as well? Are you playing in the defensive backfield?
Cornerback.
Corner. And you're playing both ways?
Yeah.
Do you have concerns about the conditioning side of that, or you feel pretty good about it?
I feel like you're always going to be tired. You can't ever really do enough conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
But like these guys said, we have been conditioning already. So.
Have you seen in practices in the scrimmage, do you feel that your offense is ahead of the defense, or the defense is ahead of the offense right now? Which one's stronger?
I feel like our defense is stronger because you have a lot of older guys that are have been in the defense for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yet our offense is a bunch of younger guys, and we're not all flowing together right yet.
Yeah, very good. And tough McComb team coming in. We'll talk to Coach about that here in a minute. What have you seen from film on them that really stands out to you?
We got to stop number 20. He's fast, and I think if we stop him, then we'll be all right.
Okay, very good. Good luck. I appreciate you coming out. Finally, Holden Hunter is here, and first and foremost, you look great. Whatever you've done, congratulations on that. You've put the effort in, and that's important, and I think that's going to help you. I think we talked in the past about footwork, and that's something that you need to work on. Has that gotten better for you?
Yeah, a lot better, a lot lighter, a lot faster around the field.
Yeah, and I'm sure when you've dropped that weight, you've gone through your drills, you imagine, wow, I didn't even know I could do this. And the reaching and the things that you have to do at your offensive line position, it has to be beneficial.
Yeah, it's very, very beneficial. I've been told, rest of my career, I just need to get a step faster, and losing that weight, you're a step faster. It makes everything a lot easier.
And physically, you've gotten stronger too, haven't you? What do you like most about both lines, the offensive line and defensive line? What have you enjoyed the most about what you've seen so far?
I just like the core group of guys. We're just nasty dudes, so like blocking for people. We're just selfless. We like team success over our success.
And when you've watched the lines for McComb coming up this Friday, what concerns you about them on both sides of the ball?
Nothing really. I don't worry about them. I just worry about us. We got to play physical and play low and just do our assignments.
Yeah, it's assignment football. Very, very important. Well, good luck. I appreciate you coming out. Thanks so much. The show is brought to you in part by Terry Gribble Associates at your Galion Community Center YMCA, Dr. Erica Schieber at Bucyrus Veterinary Service, 222 West Mary Street, Bucyrus, Ron Steiger and Associates at Pizza Hut here in Galion and Bucyrus, host of our show since 1992, and Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing and Signs, the official foam board t-shirt provider, Route 309 across from the Marion Depot. And back with Coach Matt Dick of the Galion Tigers, and sounds like you guys are hungry and ready to go. And you have a pretty tall order this week coming to Heisey Park in McComb. And I was telling John, our camera operator here, it's probably been 10 years since I officiated a varsity game, and probably closer to 16, 17 since I did a McComb game. And at that time, Chris Alge was still the head coach. He's been there forever, and he's had a very successful program. You look at a team that went 11-2 last year. Their only 2 losses were to the 2 Division VII state finalists in Marion Local at 16-0, Hopewell Loudon at 13-2, and those 2 played for a state final. Really solid program, albeit 3 divisions lower than you. Why did you put them on the schedule?
We had a one-year home game, and it's hard to find someone. And then I think they had a hard time finding someone to play. So it just fit up right, and we signed them. It's going to be a great game. I think our team, it's the challenge of the first half of the season. You know, if we can win this game, it becomes a little bit smoother road. Okay, and if you lose that game, you got to pick it back up, and you play a really tough Cary team the next week. So it doesn't get any easier that way. But winning this game would be big. But McComb has about 11 or 12 football players. That's what they do. I mean, there's 12 kids that are very locked in, very hard-nosed, tough kids that are well coached. It's small school football. Maybe only 2 guys are coaching. Maybe there's 3 guys coaching. But they are really, really well coached. They don't do a whole lot, but what they do really, really well.
And I was going to ask you if it was a home and home, and obviously now you say it isn't. Who's taking their spot on the
Winford.
schedule? Oh, that's right. I did see that, which will be really great because it's inter-county rivalry, so excellent. Last year, McComb put just a bunch. They can put points up in bunches. Are they spread? Are they mix 50-50? What do you expect to see from them offensively?
Oh, they can go all the way to wishbone, to 5 wide. They'll do it all. They can pound the ball. They can spread you out and throw the ball. They're well coached. I like what they do, and they put your defense in a bind. And they're going to make guys make one-on-one plays, especially out at corner. We're going to be asked to make plays on some special athletes, and if they complete those, their offense looks explosive. And when they miss a couple of those, and we take the ball down and score, it changes the game. And we're going to have to play well this Friday night. This is a tough game, but it's the right level of challenge, and our kids are going to rise to the challenge.
Coming through your early season workouts, 2 scrimmages, what's the health of the team right now, Coach?
Yeah, we're getting really healthy. I think we had 2 or 3 guys that have been dinged up that we've been missing, that I'm excited to see them play. And some of them are going to be, it's their first game, so that's exciting.
Very good. Well, we wish you the best of luck, guys. Enjoy it. Congratulations on being chosen as captains. That doesn't come lightly. And we will talk next week about how you did against McComb, and I look forward to Cary on the road next week. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. It's Colonel Crawford football right after this timeout.